reason, willing to force it. Your boy is just like.
Look, 2K19 was a good game, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't a great game, I'll tell you that much. So right here, right now, I'm about to give my list for 2K20 and how to make it an amazing game. First things first, MyCareer. Please, 2K, get rid of the MyCareer story. Nobody is playing the MyCareer story anymore. This is not 2016 where people actually care about the MyCareer story. Can anybody tell me what the story was about last year? Because I don't know, and I know plenty of other people who don't know what the story was about. So in the ideal world where 2K actually does get rid of the MyCareer story, they can spend more time on the gameplay instead of wasting our time with this boring story they be hashing out every year. I'm so tired of wasting my time having to go through that boring story when I can just go straight to the NBA and start grinding from the start. Now I might be in a minority here, but I actually like being able to grind my player in MyCareer and then take them to the park. Now I'm not saying that it's fun to grind in MyCareer, but I definitely do like the option of being able to do it in MyCareer. With that being said, that's about the extent of my suggestions for MyCareer. MyCareer is a boring mode, and I don't know how you liven up a mode that's so repetitive like MyCareer. At this point, they should just use it as a vehicle for grinding characters. Nothing more, nothing less. Alright, now it's time to move over to Park. Now this is a big one, and I don't know why this hasn't been in the game since like 2K14. Bruh, they need a quick match feature for Park. Now I'm not saying get rid of the got next spot, but if somebody wants to get into a match real quick, they should be able to get in a match real quick. I can't tell you how many times I'll be on a win streak and there's plenty of people in the park, but because nobody is getting on the spot, I can't play it. I'm waiting for 20-30 minutes because nobody's getting on the got next spot. Why isn't there a quick match feature? I don't understand how 2K has quick match for park events, but in the base game there's no quick match to be found. So I'm stuck looking at people dance at the got next spot instead of them getting on because y'all won't put a quick match feature in the game. So the next thing with Park is the neighborhood. Now I understand the neighborhood is coming back, but this is my list and we're gonna act like it's a perfect world. The neighborhood is the second worst implementation into a 2K game besides the archetype system. Can anybody tell me what the point of the neighborhood was? Because I for sure don't know. Why am I forced to go from end to end of this big map to get things that were accessible within the menus in previous 2Ks? Who at 2K thought this was a good idea to make me waste my time when it was streamlined in previous 2Ks? So in my perfect world, there's no neighborhood and you use menus to buy what you want. So the next thing I want to talk about is MyTeam. So 2K19's MyTeam was actually really good. I think this might have been one of the best years of MyTeam I've played. They did a good job at putting out new and fresh content throughout the year, but what really got me this year was the addition of timed locker codes. Now these locker codes didn't guarantee anything great, but at least you had a chance to get something great. So I definitely would love to see these timed locker codes return to 2K20. So a big thing that 2K needs to do to keep MyTeam from dying this year is to not overly juice these cards. Now I understand it's MyTeam and it's fantasy basketball, but there's a line between fantasy basketball and come on now. Hakeem and Shaq should not be able to handle basketball like their name is Kyrie Irving. David Robinson should not be a 7-foot demigod like his 2K15. And Giannis shouldn't be pulling threes like his name is Wardell Curry II. 2K needs to find a way to have juice cards without making them broken. Now I don't have a problem with getting destroyed in the post by Shaq or getting dunked on by LeBron, but when Shaq is crossing me up and breaking my ankles, there's a problem. Bigger players should not have high ball control, and when you lessen the ball control on bigger players, that limits the amount of cheese like Turkoglu at point guard that you'll see. Now some people are advocating that we just lock positions and that'll limit the amount of cheese out of position players, but I don't think that's fair to the spirit of basketball, well at least current basketball. 2K should just give realistic ball control ratings, and that should negate the big out of position cheese that usually occurs during the course of a MyTeam Unlimited game. Lastly, 2K needs to fix its matchmaking. Way too often, people were able to exploit 2K's rating system to get easy wins. So this year, 2K needs to implement a system that matches you based on the cars that you have rather than your quote-unquote rating. Other than that, I don't see anything else that I would change about my team this year. I could be wrong, but I can't think of anything at the moment. Lastly, MyLeague Online. There's a lot of little things that happen during the off season that I don't know anybody who cares about. So that needs to be streamlined, and it should just go from draft to free agency. And even with the free agency, there are a lot of little bugs with the free agents. Like this year, the centers decided they wanted to go on strike, and no center wanted to sign a contract for whatever reason. So that needs to be fixed for 2K20. So for now, that's my list. If I come up with anything between now and 2K20's release, I think I might come up with another video. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.